In the late 1960s, a series of brutal murders shocked the world, orchestrated by a man named Charles Manson and his so-called family. This is the dark legacy of the Manson family. Charles Manson, born in 1934, was a charismatic drifter and aspiring musician who formed a cult-like group known as the Manson Family. His followers believed he was a messiah figure. Manson and his followers, mostly young women, settled at the Spahn Ranch near Los Angeles. There, Manson preached about an impending apocalyptic race war, which he called Helter Skelter, inspired by the Beatles' song. On the night of August 8, 1969, Charles Manson, the infamous cult leader, directed his followers to brutally murder actress Sharon Tate, who was 8 months pregnant at the time, along with 4 others at her home. The victims included her friends Jay Sebring, Abigail Folger, and Wojciech Frykowski. The scene was horrifying and left the nation in shock. The very next night, Manson's followers struck again, this time targeting the home of Leno and Rosemary LaBianca. The couple was mercilessly killed in their own residence, further spreading fear and panic throughout Los Angeles. These gruesome killings were not random acts of violence. They were part of Manson's twisted plan to incite a race war, which he referred to as Helter Skelter. Manson believed these murders would spark chaos and lead to an apocalyptic conflict between races, a delusion that drove his followers to commit these heinous acts. The brutal nature of the murders stunned the nation, sending shockwaves through communities and capturing the attention of media outlets across the country. The police, after a meticulous investigation, eventually linked the heinous crimes to the notorious Manson family. This breakthrough led to their dramatic arrest in October 1969. The subsequent trial was not only one of the most publicized in history, but also a defining moment in American criminal justice. It exposed the dark underbelly of cult influence and left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of the era. During the trial, Charles Manson displayed bizarre and unsettling behavior, carving an X into his forehead as a symbol of his defiance. His followers, who were equally devoted to him, also carved X's into their foreheads, showing no remorse for their actions. In 1971, after a lengthy and highly publicized trial, Manson and several of his followers were convicted of multiple counts of murder and sentenced to death, a sentence that was later commuted to life imprisonment when the death penalty was temporarily abolished in California. The trial remains one of the most infamous in American history, highlighting the dark influence Manson had over his followers. Charles Manson's influence and the horror of the murders left an indelible mark on American culture. Manson died in prison in 2017, but his name remains synonymous with evil and the dangers of cult manipulation. The story of the Manson family is a chilling reminder of how one man's delusions can lead to unimaginable violence. Thank you for watching.